Hey guys, today I wanted to share one simple trick that you can do on your volleys to help improve your net game, to help you poach a little bit more in doubles, and to get your hands fast at the net. So the first thing that I've been working on is keeping an open stance on all of my volleys. So what that means is I'm keeping my chest towards the court, and when I'm hitting it, I'm hitting open, My legs do not cross. So what I was doing before is I would have my forehand volley like this, but then my backhand volley, I would cross like that. And if you look from the side, my forehand volley, I catch it here, out in front. But when I cross on my backhand, my racket's behind me. My racket's behind me when I cross. And there's no way that I can get into it. So I made sure to keep the both on the same side. So I'm keeping open stance on both. If you cross over on both, then you'll have the same rhythm. But don't do one way and then cross on the others, because you'll be catching the ball in two different spots. Another thing on the volley is to keep the racket head up and the racket closer to you. So I'm gonna have the butt cap right into, pretty much in my crotch area, and then I'm gonna have the racket head up as well. You don't want to have your hands out too far in front or you're gonna miss a lot of balls. So you want to stay here, and you want the volleys to come into your body, as well as if I'm keeping an open stance. So I have my racket here, inside my body, and then there's no way I can hit the ball behind me because my leg is going to be blocking it from going back as well. So I'm here in my crotch, and then here, here. They're just right in front of me. Here, 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 here. And then you want to keep that racket head low as well. So if there's a high ball, you just extend the arm and hit down. It's a lot easier than, it's a lot easier to have the racket head down like this and to hit through than to have, you don't want to be cutting. If you're cutting on balls like this, they're going to be floating. You're going to lose a lot of control on the volleys. So you need to make sure you almost get your racket head in an area. If your racket is down, you can keep it higher up. If you're higher up, you can keep it normal. And then it's easier to come through those balls, and then you'll be hitting up on the ball. It's easier to bring your racket up faster this way than to bring it down that as well. And then when you're here in this position, you have everything that's coming into your body and below. So if it's low, here, it's down on my ankles. Here, it's down on my ankles. I barely don't even have to bend if I'm keeping an open stance. Another thing is to let the ball come into you. So when you're split stepping, wait for the ball, and then meet it at your body. Especially if you're doing open stance, you can kind of wait for the ball more. The only time you're going to change is the height of where the ball is going to be, is if you're moving forward inside the court. So if you're moving inside the court, you don't want to keep your racket head down. You want to meet the ball. You want to meet the ball where it's going to be contact, and that determines how big your step is as well. So if you're taking a big step and the ball's up here, you're going to be hitting it up here. But if the ball is coming to you, you're going to be here. But if you were out in front, it would be here because the ball is dropping, you see? So that's also a key point to remember. And then the same thing for poaching. I'm keeping an open stance, but I'm not carving on the inside of the ball. I'm simply going back straight through the middle and slightly, halfway between the middle of the court and the edge of the court. So when I'm doing it, I split step, and that's my poach. You also want to practice your volleys halfway between the service line and halfway between the net, because those are where a majority of the balls that you're going to be poaching. If you're standing on the service line, you're going to have a lot of problems hitting those. You're going to be hitting a lot of low balls, which are not great to poach on. So when you're here, simply and hit across, here. There's no need for me to stretch out or anything. If you're at the net, you just go here and boom, here and boom. And if you keep moving forward at an angle, you're going to cut off a lot of the angles that they're going to hit. You're going to be able to cover 90% of the balls you hit. So try out these tips. Keep the racket head low. Keep it at a neutral spot, so where you always have the racket head, moving upwards. Make sure you keep an open stance if that's what feels comfortable for you. Keep the racket out in front and let the ball come into your body. Don't reach out in front unless you're taking a huge step, and your racket will be a lot higher than if you're waiting for the ball right here. Hey everyone, and thank you for watching the videos today. If you are from the United States and you wish to purchase some of my dampeners, that I sell on Amazon as well. If you comment on my page or send me a direct message on my account, I'll give you the free downloadable copy of my tennis book, TenX Tennis. It's really going to help you improve your game. So if you do that within the next, the next week or so, send me a message. I'll be sure to get you the free copy of that downloadable book. It has a $5 to $10 value. It has a lot of great information that I learned over my collegiate career as well. So I hope you guys will check that out. The link will be below.